Nobody enjoys getting out there and sinking things quite like the Googans, and it doesn't matter what it is. It can be the truck, it can be the boat, or it can be your best friend. Welcome back, crew, to this episode of Googans of the Week. The wildest part of this one is if you listen closely, you're going to hear that one of them is still on the fish. Now, as we mentioned, there are many different ways that the Googans will wind up sinking things out there in the water, and as we just saw, your friend is just one of them. Sometimes the Googans will feel like the truck needs the old freshwater rinse, or in this case, the saltwater rinse, and they'll go ahead and sink that as well. Now, one time as a Googan you don't expect to get wet is when you're up on top of the mast, or maybe you do. Somebody let me know in the comments. Somebody told me once before that this was done intentional. Let me know if you know. Now, even though the Googans will sink the trunk sometimes they don't want to sink the truck with everything in it, so they've got to dive in as fast as they can and try and get their items out of the truck before she winds up going all the way down. Now, you don't need to stress it too much though, because if your truck does go in, more than likely your truck's going to come out, and so will the items that were in it. Now, of course, the Googans don't always sink it. Sometimes they beach it, and sometimes it gets beached hard. That's right, the Googans will be out there fishing and forget that the tide's going out. Now, of course, one Googan will never let another Googan outdo themselves, so they gotta go ahead if they see them beach and try and beach theirs better. Which one of these beachings do you think's worse? The reality, this one's probably much worse because this one probably costs thousands of dollars to undo, while the other crew's just waiting for the tide. Now, this may just look like somebody cruising down the old waterway. The problem is, we're in flood stage when this is occurring, and this is a no-wake zone at that time, per the Coast Guard due to the water being so high.
Idiot! Absolute moron! Water's up sky high.
Alright, so this is after the storms that just rolled through down here in the southeast. And to give you an idea, this is the upper level of my dock. There is a lower tier, and it is completely underwater. This is my jet ski lifts that are underwater right now. They are normally 6 to 7 foot above the water line. Same deal. Boat lift underwater, usually about 6 to 7 foot above the water line. And if I walk down to the bottom level of my docks right now, I'd probably be chest deep in water. There's wildness. And this happened in about 3 hours. I'd say.
Thanks for watching, crew. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Googans of the Week. If you ever see anything crazy happening on your waterways, be sure to hit us up on Facebook or Instagram and let us know, and you might see your stories over here. Just like Chris Anderson, Dylan Schmitz, Joe Johnson, Corsican Fisher, and Bagpipe Miami did this week. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.